video, I just want to cover basically what happened between Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz Jr. This weekend. Because let's face it, it was definitely a, how can I say this, disappointment. Now, not for me, but I'm sure for a lot of people. I mean, it's probably one of the biggest upsets that's happened in boxing in a very long time, especially in the heavyweight division, which you don't hear this kind of thing happening in the heavyweight division. I mean, let's face it, there hasn't really been anybody exciting in the heavyweight division since, I don't know, Tyson. I mean, Vladimir and, you know, and all of them over there, they're pretty decent. I mean, they definitely put, you know, they fill seats up. Okay, I'll just leave it there. But that power, that speed, that entertainment that we were used to seeing here back in the early to mid '90s in the U.S. with Tyson and all those other, you know, big heavyweight opponents that used to move at a big, high, fast rate. That was definitely a golden classic era for the heavyweight, you know, belt, or the division, I should say. These days, you just don't hear too much of this kind of news with the heavyweight. I mean, it's just literally crazy. I couldn't imagine, you know, being just in the front seat of that fight and just knowing the reaction these people are getting. Because, first of all, let's take a recap here, okay? We got Andy Ruiz Jr., 6'2", if I'm not mistaken. I actually have it behind me written down. 29 years old, okay? 6'2", 268 pounds, and a 74 wingspan, okay? So take that out. Now you're gonna compare that to 29-year-old Anthony Joshua, okay, 6'6", okay, the guy already has 4 inches on the man, okay, not to mention when you're taller, you're obviously gonna have a higher reach, okay, 247 pounds, that's crazy, and with an 82 wingspan, I mean, or reach, I should say. So that's actually kind of crazy. First of all, let's congratulate Andy Ruiz Jr. on his victory, y'all. I mean, can we get an applause, please? Yes, I mean, the guy definitely did his thing. He was definitely overlooked, disrespectfully. I mean, it is what it is. Stephen A. This is a perfect example of why you should always never overlook a fighter, okay? Perfect example. But really start until about the 3rd round, okay? That's when it really started getting good. And let's face it, that's most of the time when really a fight starts getting good. I mean, the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd round, yeah, they're kind of testing the waters a little bit, but you know, by the 4th round, the crowd's no longer there. You're focused. You have, you know, you're feeling more relaxed. You kind of already felt him. You might have, you know, felt a few hits already. You kind of know his kind of power, what to expect, especially if it's your 2nd or 3rd or 4th time facing him, like they've been on other occasions. It was amazing, man, because right when Andy Ruiz Jr. gets knocked out in the 3rd round, knocked down, okay? Difference between a knockout and a knockdown. Google it if you don't know it, or YouTube, I should say. But anyway, with that being said, the moment that man got knocked down, okay, I thought for sure it was gonna be over. We were all looking like, oh, it's over, okay? It's obvious, this guy's out of shape. You know, there's no way. He only had 13 weeks of training, or 15 weeks of training. I'm not really sure. Okay, I don't even know the time frame of kind of training you have to go through before these typical bouts. Because I'm sure during the, you know, boxers always maintaining in shape, you know, just to, you know, kind of stay ready instead of having to get ready type mentality. Obviously, you're gonna put a lot more effort and do a lot more intense type workouts when you are about to have a fight. Ruiz being knocked down for the first time, you know, ever, from what he said. I haven't seen any of his other fights as much. I've seen a few other, you know, on YouTube, but I have never seen him knocked down like that. It was kind of scary. I was just like, wow, like, this is crazy, but as course expected. Okay, let's face it, guys. We were all rooting for Anthony Joshua, or most of us were. The only reason I was rooting for him is because, like, you know, hey, look, I'm Hispanic, and I'm all for Hispanics, but at the end of the day, I never seen or was not really familiar with Andy Ruiz. Didn't know what kind of heart he had. Didn't know what kind of attitude he had. Didn't really see most of the pre-fight, you know, interviews. So didn't really know too much about him and his character or what he's about. But after watching the post-fight and just seeing how he carried himself, you know, dude, definitely deserve my respect. You definitely executed the way you're supposed to. The way you got up in the 3rd round after getting knocked down and going back up and then knocking Joshua down, it was nothing short of amazing. You knocked him down a few times. I think basically from the time that little knockdown that he gave Joshua in that 3rd round really just rattled his entire system, his entire, you know, I don't know, you boxing fans out there, I don't know too much about boxing. I know just the basic terms and basic foundations. I'm just getting my, ignorant input on it. I'm just letting you know. Hats off to you, my friend. Viva la raza, Eddie Guerrero. Not funny, whatever. And I think maybe Joshua could have gone a few more rounds, but I think eventually Ruiz would have gotten him one more good time. It would have been over. It would have been an obvious one. I think the ref definitely did him a favor on this one. Do I feel that Ruiz is a better fighter than Joshua after this? No, I don't. I think he is not a fighter to be overlooked on. I think to determine if Ruiz is a better fighter than Joshua at this point, there should be a rematch. I feel that Joshua didn't go in there with the respect that he should have given Ruiz. I think he underestimated him, and he got hit on the side. And that first one in the third round, bow, on the ear, and that messed him up the rest of the fight, period. Okay, it messed him up. It is what it is. You know what I mean? The post-fight interview with Joshua, you could tell he just didn't want to be there. Ruiz Jr. was not the guy he wanted to fight. He wanted to fight, I believe it was Teller or something like that. Jason Tiller, I forgot his name. Y'all can look it up. I forgot his name. Actually, Ruiz. I mean, you can really tell that he really wanted Jarrell Miller. I mean, it just felt like Jarrell Miller was much more of an opponent. I don't know. It's debatable, but hey, Ruiz just pretty much knocked down 100 years worth of physical fitness results and hypothesis and testing. And I look at Ruiz, I'm just like, you know what, man? Maybe I can be a boxer now. Huh, Way? What do you think, Way? Maybe I can be a boxer now. Maybe I can, maybe I can go train for about 6 months and then put myself in this amateur here in my hometown and kind of represent my hood or my neighborhood and see what I can do. You know what I mean? Anyways, it's definitely gonna be a big hit on the heavyweight division. I cannot wait to see who Anthony Joshua faces next, especially Andy Ruiz. Who does he face up next? Are they gonna go against each other? Is Ruiz gonna lose the belt to someone else? And is Joshua gonna regain it back from them? I don't know, but I will be in tune and I will also check it out. Okay, this is it for this video, guys. Let me know, comment, subscribe, like, do whatever you want, but especially, most of all, be safe and have a great rest of your Sunday, I believe. Yeah, Sunday. Yes. Peace, guys. That's that. I should be looking here, am I?